Tezlyn Figaro is a former Bernie Sanders national staffer, and Jehmu Greene, former candidate for DNC chair and a Fox News contributor. Welcome to both of you. Good to have you both here tonight. Powerful words last night from Charles Barkley. Jehmu, was he right?
I think in many ways Charles Barkley was spot on. I also think that this isn't a new conversation for the Democratic Party. We've had conversations going on for decades about Democrats showing up in the last weeks before an election at churches and expecting to get the support of Black voters. But in this hyper-polarized, hyper-attentive politics that we're living, this is a real opportunity. And I think we're seeing some results because today, Chairman Tom Perez from the DNC said very specifically that Black women are the backbone of the Democratic Party. It happens to be one of the things that was almost quote for quote from my campaign. And I think that if that can actually be transferred into very specific policy prescriptions, then the Democrats will continue to see victories like we saw in Alabama.
Did they have your back? Did the Clintons have your back, Jehmu, when you ran for DNC chair? Because you've given a lot to the Clintons. Were they there for you?
When I ran for DNC chair, Hillary Clinton was still dealing with her loss, and I certainly did not seek out her endorsement. I didn't seek out the endorsement from anyone because I wanted to run as an outsider candidate. I know that Tezlyn has a really strong point to make about why wasn't Hillary there for me. I don't think that's the point. I think the point is she's been there and was there for Black women in a way that you saw their savvy voters. That's why they voted in such record numbers for her as well.
Tezlyn, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I disagree, but I do agree with some of what Jehmu was saying, but I don't think Jehmu should have had to seek out her endorsement. It didn't take Hillary Clinton seeking out Jehmu, to ask for her support while she was on the ground. Everybody today is talking about Black Girl Magic, and I really want to know if the Democrat Party is so in love with Black Girl Magic, then I'm looking forward to see all of these fairy godmothers and fairy godfathers to go down and actually get Black women elected, like when you talk about Stacey Abrams, who's running in Georgia for governor, when you talk about Connie Johnson, who's running in Oklahoma for governor. Democrats have yet to elect a Black woman statewide. And again, they did ignore Jehmu's campaign when she clearly said that Black women are the backbone. So everyone on Facebook is saying, and Twitter, we saved you again, we saved the world again. And at the end of the day, what are we truly getting out of the deal? Let's do some polling on, let's see how many Black consultants were hired, how much Black media was engaged, how many organizers were hired, how many actually got paid.
Let me ask you this. When you look at sort of Democrat philosophy, has it done what it should do to raise up people in the Black community, to raise up people in the poor community? As Charles Barkley pointed out, there have been movements against from the NAACP against charter schools in inner cities. So, that's my question for you. Is that can conservatives do more to encourage the African-American vote in their elections? Jehmu?
Well, I think if you look at what Doug Jones said last night in his acceptance speech, he talked about the Children's Health Insurance Program, and that's a very important program to those savvy Black voters in Alabama and all over the country. And so there are issues that have really hit home for Democratic voters in the Black community. But there are other things that Democrats can do. I think they should absolutely get rid of the first in the nation status of Iowa and New Hampshire, because that doesn't center Black women. I agree with Tezlyn. We have to invest in women, Black women who are running for office. Stacey Abrams is a perfect example. And we need to see these very specific prescriptions funded.
But I want to give Tezlyn one chance to respond, and I'm out of time. Tezlyn, last thought.
I don't give anybody a pass. Republicans can certainly do more, but my main concern is the Democrat Party, because those are the ones that come to our churches. Those are the ones that make the promises. Those are the ones that pass out the church fans, for our votes. I would love to see both parties do more, which is why I'm independent. But at the end of the day, if we continue to keep being the mistress and keep allowing us to be a one-night stand, which happens when they come in the 11th hour, we're going to see more of the same and not actually be valued for our vote.
Thank you so much, ladies. Tezlyn Figaro and Jehmu Greene. Good to see you both tonight.
Thanks, Martha.